Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. You can find us in Campbellville, Ontario. We have rescued chickens, pigs, and cows and goats. We've got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Eve's Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Eve's Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. Happily ever Esther Farm Sanctuary.
Hello, welcome today. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to Eve's Barnside Chat. My name is Derek. I'm Executive Director and co-founder here at the farm. How are you doing today? All right, let's see who we've got here in the comment feeds. They're starting to come in. Hello to Gail. Hello, Gail from New York. Hello, Gail. We got two Gail. Oh, no, we got one Gail. We got Helen. Hello to Helen. Hello to Margaret. Hello to Mary Christine and Sylvia and Deb. Welcome to today's program. We are live from Happily Ever Esther Farm Sanctuary located in Campbellville, Ontario, Canada. If you have a question that you would like answered in today's program or maybe the next program, all you have to do is put your comments in your questions in the comment feed below, and they will end up inside the magic rainbow bag, and we'll go through those questions very soon. We had an awesome weekend here at the farm. We had a volunteer event where all of the volunteers that wanted to partake in this event came together, and we painted the Heath's barn. We painted them on a canvas, and there was about 25 of us that all gathered on the Heath's front lawn here, and we painted our hearts out, and we also ate our hearts out as well. We had, it was a sweet buffet as well as the paint night. So everybody brought a dessert. It was a dessert smorgasbord, if you will. It was so delicious. There was pizza, and there was cupcakes, of course, and there was cookies and all sorts of squares. But we had so much fun, and in the end, we all got to take home a painting of the barn that was made from our very own hands. So this is two volunteers, Craig and Angie, and showing off their masterpiece in front of the barn. It was an awesome experience. The fields around us in the area are orange, and that means that fall is upon us, and that means we're going to have a pumpkin smash. The residents love pumpkins, and if you'd like to partake in our pumpkin smash, this year is exclusively for our monthly donors, and we will be having the pumpkin smash at the new property. Of course, we're moving. All of the residents are moving to the new farm in Sheffield, and we're going to do our pumpkin smash there, and it's going to be exclusively for all our VIP monthly donors. We'll have other events just like that that's exclusive for monthly donors as well. So please keep your eyes peeled for your email, because we don't want you to miss out on any of those events. Excuse me. All right, it's time for the sanctuary weather report. It's windy. It's not cold right now. It was cold this morning. It was down to 8 last night, and right now it's 19 degrees. It's kind of overcast. I think it's going to rain, and this is what it's looking like for this week. 8 was the coldest. That's going back down to 8 tonight. 10 tomorrow night. So the temperatures are starting to warm up a little bit, and it looks like we're going to be above seasonal temperatures by Friday at 27 degrees, which that is amazing. There was some showers here that happened on the weekend. This sun shower came through. I was looking for a rainbow. I really wanted to see a rainbow when it rains like this. The sun was out blasting, and then this shower came through. And then you can see in the background, I think I zoom in on, the pigs are hightailing it out of the pasture. And yeah, there it is. There is, I can't tell who that was, so small, but anyways, they were like, oh, I'm getting rained on. They don't like that, so in they ran. And we also have a very hard to photograph moon in the background. The moon is showing a very beautiful crescent slip. It's impossible to photograph the moon, or at least I find it impossible to photograph the moon, but it's beautiful. The nice, cold, crisp fall evenings are bringing about a change of the air and a change of the leaves, and the fruits are ripening, and there is definitely a change of seasons in the air. Oh, hello, here's Callie. Callie is, let me see if I can turn my camera without dropping everything. Hello, Callie's at my feet. There she goes. Oops. Here. She's getting sticks. She loves sticks and stones. And Callie was part of the paint event too. She was there. She loved all of the sweet desserts that everybody brought. There must have been 25 different kinds of desserts, which it was awesome. Yeah, I definitely had my toque on this morning, Gloria. Yeah, absolutely. It was cold. It was 55 degrees in the house this morning before I turned on a couple of space heaters. Hello, Kathleen. Hello to Peggy from Manitoba. Thanks for tuning in. On today's Barnside Chat, we're going to talk about resident updates. We're going to do Magic Rainbow Bag. We're going to talk about a facilities update, and then we're going to remember when. We have covered a lot of ground and our 10 years of compassion and rescue here on the ground. So we have quite a library of photos, and it's always good to go back in time a little bit and remember when. All right, we're going to do the first resident healthcare update. Last week, we let you know that our dear friend Phoenix sadly departed this world, and I'm going to walk and talk here. So Phoenix's post-mortem results have been trickling in. We still don't have all of the test results, but right now they're inconclusive. There's nothing that's pointing to why he passed away so suddenly. And I'm afraid that we're not going to get any answers, but a couple of the tests are not yet back, and I'm anticipating maybe getting some results there, but at first blush, we don't have any news on why our big friend Phoenix left us so soon. So we'll keep you updated on that. Phoenix, as you know, this is Phoenix's family that he leaves behind. We have Alexandra, Pumpkin, Braxton, Knoxley, Malcolm, Oksana, Ray, and Ted. Ray and Ted. Yeah, there we are. I couldn't see who exactly. I got to squint there, but I can see the hole in Ted's ear. So that is Phoenix's family, and Phoenix's mom is either Fiona or Jolene. We're not sure which one it is, but based on who came to see Phoenix's body, I would have to say that it was Jolene, because Jolene came to the trailer when we were loading Phoenix's body, and she seemed to be quite present with the moment and what it was that we were doing. So that is the update on Mr. Phoenix. You've also heard us talk a lot about Tammy's tail, not Tammy, oh my gosh, Iona's tail. And Iona's tail has been going on a roller coaster ride up and down of healing and looking infected. And so today it looked not so bad. The caregiving team has started to leave it open more to the air, and hopefully, when I saw it yesterday, it was not open. The skin was not broken. It did still feel a tad warm, but Iona's still out of their herd. Maybe we'll integrate Iona back in. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening. First, we have to integrate Penelope, which I will give you an update on that in just a moment. Teeth gutting is finished in the barn. Check out this pile of teeth. My gosh. A whole bunch of daggers and shanks. So the barn team has been busy getting all of the residents' teeth ready for the big move, getting their teeth and feet ready. So there's this creepy pile of teeth on the counter right now. We're going to add it to our creepy jug of teeth. We're getting all of the pedicures in. Here's Pouty receiving his pedicure. He got this on Friday. We all were up there to help make sure this appointment went off without a hitch. It's a crazy piece of equipment. It is mind-blowing. It is, if it wasn't muted here, you would probably hear some like expressions like, well, I can't actually say them because, yeah, check that machine out. It squeezes them and it raises them up off of the ground, and there's this belly strap under so they can't lay down. It's an amazing piece of equipment. And this it holds each leg individually and allows the farrier to adequately trim each hoof. Here's Mr. Denver, who I don't know if this machine could take a bigger cow than Mr. Denver. But this, they got they got all of their hooves done. Here's a bottom shot of one of Denver's hooves that had a small abscess in it. Just a small one, not a big concern. He went right back out to pasture as soon as they both had their hooves trimmed. So they're getting ready there. Here you can see the machine lifting the back leg. This is Denver's back right leg. The machine has control of each leg individually, making it safe for the farrier and above else, very quick. When we would do it ourselves here on farm, the appointment would take a couple of hours, but with this gentleman coming in this piece of machinery, each resident only takes maximum 7 or 8 minutes to do. It's a wild piece of machinery that we are happy to have this gentleman come by. I'm sure that they're typically do big herds of cows, but this they're coming here just for Denver and just for Pouty. And how special is that? Because they deserve the absolute best care in the world, and this machine is definitely one of the best machines for making sure that their feet remain healthy. And then, of course, right after they went through, this person here, Bailey, was waiting with a box of apples. Big reward. They needed a big reward after doing such a stressful appointment. And there's a smiling face and a bunch of apples for them that they got. Here is Mr. Brindlebear. Update on Mr. Brindlebear. Here he is getting some standing laser treatments to his back, hips. This is caregiver Nicole. Nicole is a senior caregiver here, and Brindle continues to be a part of his herd. He has not been removed from his herd. We continue to feed them separately and then rejoin them after every meal. So it's 3 cheers for Brindle for this week. All right, here's 2 people that have been on my watch list. Okay. On the left of the screen, we have Penelope, and on the right of the screen, we have Winifred, and we have been trying to reintegrate these 2 siblings back together with their families. It's Penelope that was removed, and everybody else seems to be fine with Penelope coming back but Winifred, and they were scrapping hard last week. During integration, they scrapped for 7 minutes straight of like wrestling hardcore and biting at each other, and we eventually had to break it up. We don't like to break the fights up. We want them to figure it out, because if we break the fight up, then they're gonna find another opportunity to fight when we're not there. So letting them finish the fight so that you can determine who where everybody is in the hierarchy. But after 7 minutes, it was a hot day. They were both, their tongues were out, their mouths hanging. Either of them did not show signs of giving in. So we got in with the pig boards, controlled the pigs separately from each other. And the first thing the first thing that Penelope did was go straight for the water trough, which was all fresh, clean water. And she climbed right in it, of course. And Winifred went up to the tree line and laid down in the shade like a smart person that she is. She knew that she needed to cool down. So we had to separate them, and they lived separate for the weekend, and we're going to retry their integration today at 5 o'clock. What we do is we use Vaseline, and we Vaseline up their ears so that their ears are hard to grab onto. And then we also do their tails. We Vaseline their tails. And that's because when they're fighting, and they're trying to grab at each other's tails, and they're trying to grab at each other's ears. So we make those a little bit slipperier, hoping that they can't get a real good grasp on them. So that fight resulted in a couple of ear injuries to Penelope. Her ear got torn during that fight. Not too serious. The blood was draining down into her ear, and she was shaking her head for a bit. But we got the bleed. It's just a small cut and a small puncture. But man, these pigs, there is nothing easy about integrating two siblings back together that don't necessarily want to be integrated, or, they really want to show that dominance. And so 5 o'clock, we're going back out into the field to see if we can get Penelope reintegrated back in with their family. So fingers crossed, please. We need this to happen today. We're moving. I know you know this. We're moving, and getting these pigs married back together and integrated back together is so important, because we don't want to have separate herds right now. We want to make this easy. Moving is difficult enough, and rather than having separation in pig herds, we'd like to have unity. So please cross your fingers for unity, and for Penelope, and for all the caregivers and the facility staff that are trying very hard to get them back together again. So burn some sage for Penelope, if you will. Oh, maybe that's what I should do. I should smudge them both. That's actually a good idea. I got some sage from the Hercules Healing and Harmony experience box. I'm going to light that up, and we'll give them an involuntary smudging, and hopefully that will help. It's time for the Magic Rainbow Bag. All of the questions from the week have been collected from the internet and the dark web, and we put them inside of the Magic Rainbow Bag. If you have a question you would like answered, all you have to do is put it in the comment feed below, and we will answer the questions in chronological order. Here is the first question. What happened to Phoenix? Wasn't on Facebook for a few days. Okay, so if you're just joining us, Alyssa, so Phoenix was found, passed away. Oh, is that a nice treat she found?
I wouldn't say nice, but...
Yeah. Phoenix suddenly passed away. He was found deceased in the field. We don't know what happened. He's receiving a post-mortem to see if there's anything to learn from Phoenix's death, but we will keep you posted. Thanks, Alyssa, for your concern. Next question is from Lee. Lee says, you guys are surely experts now on grief after losing a beloved animal friend. Do you lecture on this, and do you blog? Have you ever thought about writing a children's book about how to say goodbye? Oh. Yeah, Lee, we definitely have a high exposure here to grief and loss of our beloved residents and animal friends. We don't have a lecture on this. I mean, aside from our Barnside Chat community, which we're always, I guess, lecturing, if you will, about showing self-compassion during times of grief, and making sure to be cognizant of burnout, which we call compassion fatigue. You can Google compassion fatigue, and it's very similar to burnout, where you've just had such a high exposure to suffering, and that can definitely affect your mental health. So We talk about this here almost every single week about compassion fatigue, and occasionally you'll see on the Facebook page where we'll actually have, a blurb about compassion fatigue and about things to watch for. But more than anything, it's just about caring for yourself and taking time for yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And people that are in a caregiving capacity for humans or non-human animals, if we don't look after ourselves, then we're not going to be able to care for anybody else. So no, we don't have a blog, but yeah, you definitely have some good points there. I definitely have learned a lot about grief and a lot about compassion fatigue and self-care throughout all of this. 10 years this farm sanctuary rescue has been in operation, and we have seen a lot of suffering from the residents here when they arrive, for their lifespan while they're here, their departures, but also from animals around the world that we can't actually help. So many calls and emails come into the sanctuary from around the world where, it just feels helpless, the amount of calls that we see. So understanding that what we're doing on the ground is enough, but at the same time allowing space and some compassion for those that we can't help. But yeah, that's a good thought, Lee. Thank you for sharing that question. Next question from the Magic Rainbow Bag. I'm sorry to hear about Phoenix. Was April his mother? That's from Andrew Nagy. Thank you, Andrew, for your question. No, April was not Phoenix's mother. We believe that Phoenix's mother is either Fiona or Jolene. They came from a farm called Farm X. They were all rescued together, and the two breeding sows, Jolene and Fiona, they were the only two breeding sows that we knew of at that farm for 6 years. So we believe that Phoenix is the son of either Jolene or Fiona. So good question. Did I skip one? Oh yeah, there we are. Betty wants to know, is pretty little Gloria able to prance and frolic with the other goats? And she's still my favorite. I'm so sorry to hear about her illnesses. Sending you much love, Becky. Oh, thanks, Becky. Yeah, absolutely. Gloria is able to frolic with her friend who's right behind me here, eating some hay. There's Mr. Angelo, and I wish Gloria was here. Gloria, darling. She might be outside, but I can't cross into there right now. It's a biosecurity safe zone, and it means I got to change my boots and scrub my boots in order to go in there right now. But yeah, Gloria is able to prance and frolic with other goats. Right now she's just with Angelo, and we'll see as a little bit more time goes on and as her case progresses, we'll see if she's able to go up with other goats. So yeah, she's doing good. The vet was here about a month ago to check on Gloria and gave Gloria, a thumbs up. Although Gloria has Johne's disease, she's not suffering from Johne's right now. So we're watching her case closely and monitoring her weight and her appetite and her demeanor and all of those things. And when it's time, Gloria will definitely let us know. I think this is the last question. Lori says, fly strike, ? Okay, so last week when we talked about Phoenix's passing, when we found Phoenix, the flies, it's called fly strike. And fly strike is where flies very quickly lay eggs, and then those eggs turn into maggots. And fly strike happens very, very fast. And so he had fly strike in his mouth, and that can happen within hours of passing. So that's called fly strike. It can also happen in living animals. Abraham had fly strike. When he arrived here, his abdomen was completely full of maggots. We have had fly strike. I believe we've had a couple of chickens that was caught early, but flies are little devils, and they will lay their eggs in, in crevices and in small cuts, and they'll also lay eggs possibly in the anuses of animals. So fly strike is horrific when it happens, and you need to be really trained to understand to see it, because it looks like tiny seeds, tiny little white seeds, and you might go, "What is that? Did they eat something with a bunch?" No, but that is the little tiny eggs. So fly strike, that is what fly strike is. And I think I got all of them. Yeah, we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. All right, so if you'd have a question that you would like answered in next week's Magic Rainbow Bag, please put it in the comment feed below, and we'll do our absolute best to answer your question next week. Okay, it's time for the facilities update. And let me tell you, there is a lot of facilities updates happening here and at the new place. So the facilities update for this week, oh gosh, I'm on didn't realize that. There we are, quite a kilter. There we go. Heaps is moving. We are moving. It is happening. Here is the countdown ticker. 16 days, 16 hours, 42 minutes, 58 seconds. I can't believe that. That said 100 days. Andrea said it was 100 days about a week ago. 16 days, and we are moving to our brand new farm located in Sheffield, Ontario, which is just 20 minutes west of here. And we're packing up all 69 of the residents and all of their belongings, and Heaths will finally own their very own property. Home sweet home, 16 days and counting. Photos of the week. A lot of photos this week, and these are the favorite ones that I pulled out. We got here Mr. Enrique. Mr. Enrique is monitoring. It looks like we got some piggy hoof healthcare going on. That's definitely Ted. That's Ted and Fiona laying down there. And Nicole, senior health caregiver, is giving some piggy hoof care massages in the forest. I mean, what better place than to get a massage than in the forest? Check out all these little ones out in the pasture. I just love looking out and seeing Pixie and Hazel and Zoe all integrated happily with Jeannie and Catherine and Abraham, and Gilbert and Elmer are, they're not as warm with them at this point, but hopefully within a short time that they will be getting along a little bit better. And we got this big handsome face, Mr. Sammy, the biggest pig on the farm. Well, arguably him and Hercules, biggest pig on the farm. But Sammy is still in the main barn here, and they'll be rotated out of this barn as soon as we can get these integrations that I spoke previously about over. Oh my gosh, we did it. We're at the end of the program. We made it all the way through, so we still have time where we can remember when. We can take a moment and think about the past, about where we've been and where we started, and all of the wonderful stories that are in our memories, all of the wonderful scenarios, all of the friends that we've made. Here's the first remember when moment. Look at Mr. Sammy Pants. When he was just this big, just a tiny little man like this, and he arrived tied to this very crate. Sammy was a rescue from a research farm, and he was tied to that crate, and I'll never forget it. That crate still exists. And you remember when we covered the barn in hearts? Look at that, friends. You showed all your love and support so we could buy Canada's largest CAT scan machine and have it installed at the Guelph University. Remember when? That piece of equipment is still in use up there at Ontario Veterinary College, and without your love and support, none of that would have been possible. Thank you so much, friends, for tuning in today to Barnside Chat. I love this moment with you. I love coming together as a community to discuss farmed animals and to discuss the mission. I mean, being with you, like-minded individuals, it's a heartwarming and reassuring experience. Thank you for tuning in, Nicole. Hello to Shirley. Hello to Mary Christine. Hello to DJ and White. Oh, that's Andrea's mom. And hello to Shirley and to Helen and to Kathy and Patricia. Without you, this program would not exist. We're here for the residents, and anything that the residents need, we know that when we come to you and ask you for it and tell you about the problems here on the farm, we know that the best place to tell our problems to is to family. And you're all part of that family. Thanks so much, friends, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.